On the surface, the story of James T. Kirk and R.J. Blaise felt like a natural extension of the enduring spirit of Star Trek, a bold, charismatic captain drawn to an equally sharp and independent mind. Their romance, subtle but charged with possibility, hinted at a direction the franchise could have explored further. Yet behind the camera, tension simmered in a way that would ultimately silence that narrative before it could fully take shape. At the heart of the issue was a behind-the-scenes feud that unfolded between creative voices and cast members, particularly surrounding the portrayal and evolution of Kirk himself. William Shatner, who embodied Kirk across films and shaped much of the character's legacy, reportedly had strong opinions about how the captain should be written and portrayed. Those opinions often placed him at odds with writers who wanted to expand Kirk beyond his established persona. R.J. Blaise was introduced as a character meant to challenge Kirk, not just romantically, but intellectually and morally. She wasn't a traditional love interest. She was a mirror, reflecting back the consequences of Kirk's choices and the weight of command. The idea excited some members of the creative team, who saw Blaise as a way to deepen Kirk's emotional arc. However, it also complicated matters for those who preferred to preserve the familiar balance of Kirk's character, confident, self-assured, and rarely destabilized by external forces. As the feud intensified, discussions around Blaise's role became increasingly fraught. Writers advocating for her prominence found themselves navigating resistance, not just over story direction, but over control of the character's emotional territory. On the other side, concerns were raised that Blaise's presence risked redefining Kirk in ways that might alienate longtime fans. The tension spilled into production meetings, rewrites, and ultimately, the editing room. Scenes that once leaned heavily into the evolving dynamic between Kirk and Blaise were pared down, restructured, or removed entirely. Subtext became suggestion. Suggestion became omission. What remained on screen was a version of the story that hinted at depth, but never fully committed to it. The romance, once envisioned as a transformative chapter in Kirk's journey, was reduced to fleeting interactions, moments that suggested more than they revealed. Blaise's influence on Kirk became ambiguous, her impact diluted by the very forces that sought to control it. In hindsight, the feud didn't just kill the romance, it reshaped its purpose. Instead of becoming a defining relationship in Kirk's later life, it turned into a lost possibility, a narrative echo of what might have been. For fans, it adds a layer of intrigue to the character, a reminder that even the most iconic heroes exist within a web of real-world creative conflicts. And perhaps that's fitting. After all, James T. Kirk was never just a man of action. He was a product of compromise, shaped by both the ideals of the future and the realities of the present. The story of R.J. Blaise, then, isn't just about a romance that didn't happen. It's about how even in a universe built on exploration and possibility, human disagreement can chart a very different course.